Am I Racist?
Oh, the Matt
Walsh.
Dude, apparently you're like,
It's hilarious.
Dude, everyone is loving this. It's one I want to watch. I think we should go as a group.
I think you should.
I think my favorite is when Matt Walsh goes on Instagram and Twitter and screenshots and posts the Reddit threads of movie theater employees that are trying to sabotage people from watching it. They're like, we purposely we make sure there's a glitch in the machine so people can't buy tickets or like shit like that. Movie theater employees are genuinely trying to sabotage the movie.
Yep. I'm not surprised.
That's a badge of honor, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think he's played it really smart. I mean, like I've disagreed with him in the past about gaming and other things, and even anime. He's got some pretty horrible takes when it comes to that.
I'm curious.
I don't know if it's troll or not, but
gaming and anime. What was the take?
Oh, he has basically it's all demonic and satanic. And it could be a troll.
Daily Wire.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's those hard ones where. And this is my favorite part is
I think that's a retarded take if it's not a troll.
Yeah. But you're not like everyone at this table. Here's the craziest thing. It is, hey, have your own beliefs. We don't care.
Sure.
Like just don't force it on everyone else. And
it's when you're a political the point of it was like he just basically said they were satanic. And what we talk about in our sphere a lot is you don't understand the power of the gamer. They get a lot of shit. They're called incels. They're called all this crap. That's a lot of people who consider themselves gamers and fans and nerds. And yeah, it's 55-year-old adults sitting in a room surrounded by fucking action figures with no shame to my game whatsoever. And you need to understand that that is a huge part of American society. Is pop culture. And to just go, it's just a bunch of fucking incels. It's like that one who came out on Twitter and said gamers are the most unattractive person. It's like, well, for one, check your mole, and number two, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what is a gamer. They have this stereotypical thing, and that's the shit nerds have had and gamers have had to deal with forever. But they have massive power.
The lions do not concern themselves with the opinions of the fours.
Exactly. So you don't have to like it.
You a four in good light.
Yeah. You're a four with my glasses on with 20/20 vision. Okay. So they have lots of power, but also it's just regular people. There is no specific gamer or nerd. That's the whole point of it. And you don't have to like the shit. You can think it's satanic. I don't give a fuck. But respect that people like it.
Don't put out mass things like alienating something because you don't like it and you just put out a mass to hundreds of thousands of people where you're like, gaming satanic or it's evil or this is how you corrupt children. Because I can tell you, look at the difference between each one of us and then all of us are fucking nerds at the end of the day. We might play different games, but everyone still is hardcore gaming, nerd, anime, manga, comics. Like, it doesn't matter.
Me and Eli will have a detailed business conversation. And then immediately after, he'll ask me, so how far are you in Red Dead 2?
I was just about to say that. Brandon's probably at chapter 5. Chapter 5?
I am in Saint Denis right now.
Respect.
So we're chugging along.
That's a game I actually know. Massive gamer, me, for sure. No, I played like 5 games in my life. But
Red Dead.
Am I racist? Red Dead's the first Red Dead I played a lot. Like that's
Red Dead 2?
I hated it in the beginning. I took a 5-year break off Red Dead 2.
Dude,
I turned on my PS5 for the first time. I haven't played a game on it, but I hooked it up and turned it on to my home theater.
Wow, can't wait. Watch game to
maybe
Joker
in a year
2.
I'll play a game. Yeah.
What I call it is my Crunchyroll machine.
There you go.
Because my TV can't have Crunchyroll, so I like plugged it in downstairs.
Really?
Like, this is now Crunchyroll.
There you go.
That just sounds
But
awful.
Am I racist? Is legit funny and needed. You know, just like What is a Woman? This one has far more impact, at least on my sphere, because it really does peel back. Because you would think it goes one way. It's mostly white women, and some greedy black women who he pays, and he shows you how much he pays for these interviews. Some of them are like $50,000, and they don't say shit.
They don't know. Do they know? Because he is showing his perspective.
He's pretty transparent with they don't know he's Matt Walsh. One group figures it out, and this is where he comes up with his disguise. And I don't want to ruin it for you, but what he exposes is the DEI race grift industry, the race extortion industry that's prevalent through our school systems, our government, fucking sports, corporate America. It's poisoned all of it now.
And it's not about race as much as anti-white.
It is anti-white. So there's a quote.
Celebration of diversity.
I'm going to paraphrase the quote.
Dude,
at the beginning from the book. What's his name?
Insane, dude.
I forgot what his name was. The guy who wrote the book, How to Be an Anti-Racist. A quote from the book is what opens the film, which is the best way to fight past. What's the term he used? The best way to fight. He used a different word, but I can't remember because I'm old. The best way to fight past discrimination is present discrimination.
Is it? I'm thinking Michael Moore off the top of my head.
No, it's a black dude.
Because I remember in a foreclosure in Fayetteville back when I was doing that kind of work, I just found a Michael Moore book, and I can't remember. It was something about just basically hating white people, which is funny because he's a fat white guy.
If I looked like him, I'd hate white people too.
Fair enough.
Myself.
I remember reading through it and reading his book because I just found it on the floor in a foreclosure and this is awful. What the fuck?
He's a retard, and he was
objectively,
and he is, and he.
I'm shocked he's still alive, to be frank.
Yeah, with that help,
fat for that long.
He was famous from Roger Me back in the '80s, won awards and stuff, and he got this far being a complete retard.
But that's one of the statements you said. It's like the film opens with that. You have a person that's like, "Hey, how do you get rid of racism? More racism, apparently."
Yes.
But then he breaks down all the behind the scenes of everything where it's like, oh, hey, look how crazy these people are. We'll go with a dinner with him. We'll talk about him at, multiple occasions. I didn't know I wasn't sure how he paid them. I know he was behind the scenes. He just pretended he was his character, but then they opened up because of that, right?
Yeah. And it was really good at what he does. It's deadpan humor, but it's not really combative. It is, he will just ask a simple, he'll draw him in a little bit. My favorite part is the woman who wrote White Fragility. I'm blanking on her name now too because I'm getting old.
The main girl.
Yeah, the one at the end. He paid her $15,000. The one he got to pay reparations to his producer. He fucking.
Did you not know that? Yeah, she literally whips out her wallet and fucking pays him money. Yes.
I want cash to pay reparations. Fucking insanity.
D'Angelo. I can't remember her name right now. It sucks getting old. But the important part is,
that's right. I couldn't remember Schrodinger's Jew.
Yeah, thankfully Trout did.
Yeah, he's got it all. He asked her about what do I do about mansplaining? And she starts explaining it, and he interrupts her and mansplains her about mansplaining, and that was fucking hilarious. That's and it's filled with that. And then he also goes to a southern town, and he goes into a bar with a bunch of fucking bikers and stars and bars, and he talks to a guy who's like, yeah, my dad and my grandpa were in the Klan. He's all, but I'm not racist. No, he's all, none of that fell down. He's all, no, I judge a person based off their individuality, off their character. Which Martin Luther King said, this guy who's a son and a grandson of Klan members. So and then he goes to other parts. He talks to an immigrant who's got 57 grandkids. And he's like, no, I love this country. This country's awesome.
And MLK would be a radical right winger today. If you just look at the idea, just on his views back then,
based off of hey,
the idea of
he'd be considered it. Yeah.
Just be, exactly. He would be considered by the left wing.
Uncle Tom.
Excuse me, you think we shouldn't judge people at all by the color of their skin? Just the content of their character?
That's racist.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's racist now.
What are you thinking about the institutionalized racism, though?
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy. He deep dives into that. As you say, he goes into the deep South, and where you would think you would see racism. They're like, I don't give a fuck about that. It is the context of your character. It's like, hey, let me see. Okay, I don't.
There's way more everyday racism in our big cities than there is in any part of America.
Yeah.
You go to middle America, people don't travel anymore. They just don't. They don't leave the cities. Like I saw more racism in San Francisco than I ever saw anywhere.